Hello and welcome to The Recipe, brought to you by Filippo Berio. I'm your host, Theo Randall, chef patron of Theo Randall Cucina Italiana. Today I'm joined by a chef and nutritional coach who's become a leading voice in modern plant-based cooking. With a thriving online community and her debut cookbook, Plant Protein, she's championing high-protein vegan dishes that are comforting, colourful and full of heart. Please welcome the brilliant Gigi Grassia. Gigi, welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
This show is all about recipes with a story. Tell us what you're going to cook.
So today I'm going to cook the Hearty Pasta Fagioli. It's a recipe from my cookbook. It's really special for me. It has a story behind it. It's a dish from the Cucina Popolare. So it's very like whole foods, simple ingredients that everybody can find in everywhere essentially. We're using beans, using pasta. It's perfect for winter.
It's one of my favourite dishes, pasta fagioli, because it's got everything you want. You've got the pasta, you've got the beans, you've got so much flavour. So I'm really excited to see it. So you've got a lot of influence. Obviously, you come from my favourite city, Verona, which is just the most wonderful place. I'm always a big fan of anyone that comes from Verona.
I'm glad, because everybody's saying, like, I love Florence, I love Rome, and nobody always mentioned the north. So I'm like really happy.
It's amazing. I mean, it's one of those places. I mean, Verona itself is a beautiful city, and you can, travel there, go for a week and just experience incredible hospitality. The food and the wine is incredible. I mean, the whole region is one of the greatest wine regions.
Yeah, exactly. We're very, very renowned for wine production. So yeah.
and again, amazing food. I mean, it's simple food, but it's just made with such passion and
yeah, it's all very simple. Cucina Popolare, so it's like very simple ingredients.
You've spent quite a lot of time in Asia.
That's correct.
You lived in Hong Kong and you speak Chinese.
Yeah, I mean, speak now is a big word. I used to speak Chinese when I was a bit more fluent, but just before COVID, and I spent there 2.5 years. I was studying there, and before then I was in mainland China in Hangzhou for a couple of years as well.
And has that had a big influence on your cooking style? Because, I mean, you cook vegan, plant-based food. Asia's a brilliant cuisine to sort of, in general.
Yeah.
Because you've got so many different added ingredients. But has that sort of helped you with your journey?
I think being so international. So I left Italy when I was 19, really. I moved to Germany. And then from there, I traveled around. Whenever there was an opportunity to go somewhere, I would just take it and go. I think, definitely had a big influence. So Asia, Germany as well. I
mean, I love Germany. I've had some great meals in Germany. How did that cuisine, because it's quite robust cuisine.
Yeah, it was like my first approach to something that wasn't Italian, really, because, of course, like, as you know, in Italy, we are very, proud of our food culture.
Extremely proud, and so you should be.
Yeah, of course, it's really good, but that leaves little to no space to other influences. We do have increasingly, influences from other places, but generally people are very, very proud of tradition, very, very proud of what their nonna cooks, right? Yes. So going out for the first time, I was like, okay, I need to explore a bit more. And that, not in terms of dishes itself, but just trying other cuisines. Yeah. So it opened a bit the door to that. And then I was given an opportunity to take a master in Hong Kong. So then I went there, and Hong Kong opened my eyes.
Wow. I mean, Hong Kong is such a great city.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it.
But as a child, were you very inquisitive?
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah, it's very curious about a lot of things. I would never sit still. And then my dad was saying, he usually says that I was born with a luggage in my hand. Really? So it's always around. Food is obviously very important to me because that's within my roots, right? I had a very traditional Italian family. So my nonna used to make fresh pasta every Sunday. So we used to sit at the table and then do pasta. I've been lucky because I have part of the family, my mom's part is from the north, and my dad's family is from the south. So I have the Napolitan influence.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you got the best of both, Naples and...
Yeah. So this dish is from my Nonna Paola, so my dad's mom, and she was from Naples, so that's where it comes from.
The great thing about Italian food is it works really well for vegan because, and they won't say it's vegan, it's just traditional food, and pasta fagioli is one of those dishes.
Yeah, exactly. We have a
just...
lot of dishes that are like naturally vegan and or can be made plant-based with just a few swaps. So that's a really good thing.
And southern Italy is, I know Puglia very well, and the food of Puglia is very vegetable-based.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wonderful. So how are we going to start your pasta fagioli?
We're going to start with the sofrito, so onion, carrot, and celery. The secret of this recipe is really taking the time to cook the layers of flavor, because that's what makes it really good. If we rush it, it's not gonna...
We're not going to rush it. We're not going to rush it. So, Gigi, let's start cooking your pasta fagioli.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay, so should we start getting the sofrito on?
Yes, so we're going to start with onion, carrot, and celery, roughly chop them, and then we're going to move to the Maggi mix.
The sofrito is so important in this recipe.
Yeah, that's
because
really important.
It just gives it all the flavour, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's really the base for almost like a lot of Italian dishes, and that's why people love them so much, I think. It just brings out the flavour of other ingredients that otherwise would be bland. It's like a pasta, just a pasta like that is not nice. But then when you have it with a nice sauce, cooked in a nice sofrito, it makes all the difference.
So should we get them chopped up? You want to do the Maggi mix? So that's a great way of speeding up the chopping of a sofrito.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of spending like 10-15 minutes chopping everything, you just put it in a blender and just split it up. It's perfect.
Fine,
yeah.
As long as your blade's sharp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very important. Cool. So now we
in the pan?
Yeah, in the pan with a little bit of oil.
Bit of olive oil?
The good one, quello buono.
Okay, the good oil. That's what I love about Italians. It's always about the good oil. There's never any bad oil.
Okay.
So that goes in.
Yeah.
So nice heavy base saucepan is essential.
This is optional, but I do like a little bit of heat. So
of course you do.
A little bit of chili flakes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to add rosemary. So here you can do it two ways. So some people just put in there and then take it away because they don't like the little bits.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you want, you can just chop it like really finely and
put it in
there and just leave it there.
What do you prefer?
I just leave it like this, just to...
I think the thing about herbs is, particularly like hard herbs like rosemary and thyme, you want the flavour of them, but you don't necessarily want the actual the texture.
Yeah, sometimes. It depends from... I think this is like a bit brothy, so I don't like the bits, like the rosemary leaves, but some people like it, so... Really, it's a personal choice.
Yeah, exactly. I love your jumper, by the way.
Thank you. That's handmade.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's the fly Garrick mushroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
The kind of the cartoon store.
Yeah, my favorite piece. So good luck piece.
Fantastic. Okay. So just let that cook down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, plant-based food, there's so many sort of different versions of plant-based food in the sense that there's people are adding things like false meat proteins and things. What's your view on those?
It's always better to use whole foods. So there are like lots of plant-based protein sources, like tofu, tempeh, beans, which provide protein, but also have a really good fiber, which is important for our gut. So that's really key for health. So yeah, definitely it's like, once in a while, I mean, it's always like that balance rule, right? Yeah. Not cutting it out completely, but having it a little bit when you're a bit tight on time. It's like they can save a day, but...
I think the most nerve-wracking thing being a vegan is the fact they've got to... Where do they get the protein from?
Yeah, that's I swear, if I had a coin for every time people ask me where do I get my protein from,
rich.
I would be like on a yacht right now, like, on holidays. No, honestly, there is this belief that plants don't have protein, but actually, if we think about tofu, tempeh, even like seitan, of course, is like, and all the like beans, we don't really need that much protein. So if you're active, of course, you really need to pay attention, and that's a little bit of where the story of my account comes from. I'm a nutritionist, but also a personal trainer, and like fitness is a big part of my life. The question started to put in when I went vegan and I was running my first ultramarathon
ultramarathon.
Yeah.
What's an ultramarathon?
Ultramarathon is anything that's above like a marathon, so the length of a marathon, so 42K.
Too far.
I don't know in miles, 42K.
Oh my
yeah, exactly.
God.
So that was really fun. So that comes from my husband part. He's from New Zealand, and he's really
super
into
fit.
Yeah, he's one of the superhumans. And with his friend, he used to run ultras for fun. Being also vegan, you really need to pay a little bit more attention. It's not that much different, really. You just need to know what you're putting on your plate, how to balance. You can't swap a beef steak or like a meat steak for a cauliflower steak, because in terms of nutrition, it's yummy, of course. It's like cauliflower steak, if cooked right, is very yummy. But in terms of nutrition, it's not there. When you're in the run, you need to make sure that you don't run out of fuel, because otherwise you're running on empty, literally, and then can mean the end of your race.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like our tradition was always to go and have a big Indian before a marathon. It's really like a good meal, filling, satisfying, and would give you like a lot of energy for the day.
I mean, Indian food and I mean Asian food in general is just, it's so delicious and tasty.
Yeah.
And it's just got so many different ingredients that just kind of make everything taste good.
Oh, yeah.
You studied in Hong Kong, and so you must have studied the cooking and the kitchen, because it's a very different kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's like, it was very humbling when I was there. I did take a couple of cooking lessons, and I was like, whoa, okay, that's different. That's something I like to do when I travel. I used to always like go and try in cooking lessons. That's the best way to know a culture, I think.
So whenever you go anywhere on holiday, are you like searching for anywhere, anything to pick up and learn?
My last holiday was in Sri Lanka. It was last year.
Oh, Sri Lanka's amazing. And it's amazing for vegetarian, vegan food.
Yeah,
I mean, incredible.
It's delicious. I was pregnant at that point, so it was just like the last travel I had before having like my son Leonardo. Yeah, we did take a cooking class, and it was amazing. And it was like just this bonding with this woman. She held their cooking classes in their house, and it was like so beautiful sitting at their table and eating with them. I'm like, what a wonderful experience, so special.
Very Italian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. It's like we do have a lot of similarities with like a lot of other cultures. Like
Sri Lankan people are lovely. I've
so
been
warm.
Yeah, it's such a lovely place, and you know the food and the culture. And that's what I love about Italy as well. I mean, I haven't got obviously Italian bone in my body, but I just love Italy because it is all about the whole. It's not just about the recipe; it's about everything. It's the life,
like making you feel like warm, welcome.
So you're from northern Italy, and what was life like as growing up? I mean, you obviously had great family around you.
Yeah, so I was lucky that my family was all there. So I come from a very small village in Italy, as I was joking before. So my village is called Castelguglielmo, and it has more letters than people. It's true. It's very small, but my family is all there. So I had both my nonnas there, both like my aunties. They were all there. It was a bit of a ritual, right? Like I would spend some time together without having everything that brings you during the week. You're too busy, or then on a Sunday you all go there and just sit there and talk.
Reset, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. Reset.
Should we get some? What do you want to go in next? Tomato puree. Okay. Yeah. So this sofrito is looking absolutely lovely, and the fact you cut it so small,
exactly,
makes so much sense. It's cooked really quickly.
For the people listening, it's like you can freeze that. There is a trick in my cookbook where you can do as a batch recipe, so to say, and you can freeze it, put it like in ice tray cubes with a little bit of olive oil and all the herbs you want.
Cooked to this stage?
No, not cooked.
No, just raw.
And then when you need it, just dump
take it out. Yeah. I think that's the thing that puts people off. You know, it's all the chopping and.
Yeah. It's like, I need to take like 15 minutes for chopping. I can't be bothered doing that, but that's a trick.
You've obviously grown up with this sort of like slow food kind of culture in the family, where it is all about enjoying, the family. The whole day is taken eating. It's all about. It's all.
It's a bit romanticized.
But it is. I mean, it's kind of. It's not like a 30-minute kind of.
No, I mean, during the week when everybody needs to go to work and school and stuff, probably it was a bit more rushed, I would say. But definitely, like on weekends when everybody, and on holidays especially, like holidays, it was a bit of like a wake-up point when my husband, for the first time he came to Italy to spend Christmas with my family. He does speak a little bit of Italian. No, not fair. It speaks Italian, but most of my family speaks dialect. So it was like, I don't understand the word.
That's not a word. Yeah.
Like, but then it was like, I've never been to a Christmas, like a family gathering where people would sit for 5 hours at the table and not move. I was like that's so foreign to me. That's so different. So I was like, yeah, that's what we do.
I think you have to get used to it. I've been to a few Italian weddings and they last all day. And you eat so much food, you can't even move.
I remember at mine, I had to warn people, don't eat everything at the buffet because there are 3 courses are coming. People were like, what? Really?
And the nonnas are watching if you're not eating enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the ultimate love.
So this is good, nicely. So what's next? What are we going to add next?
So we're going to take away the rosemary.
Yeah. So I love that. So we're taking the rosemary's done its job. So we're just going to take that away.
Borlotti in.
Put the borlotti beans in. Borlotti beans are heavenly. I mean, they're so meaty and
flavor. Exactly. Very nutty as well. They're perfect for this recipe.
Now, we've got much better with produce in this country. Things like, I think in the UK, people have almost adopted Italian food as their cuisines, because you can go to so many supermarkets now and you can get borlotti beans in tins, in jars, and they're really good.
Yeah, really yummy.
It's not. I mean, every time I go to Italy, whenever I go to Italy, I always take a suitcase with me, an extra suitcase, so I can pick up all the things like the Parmesan cheese, the borlotti beans, the dried porcini mushrooms.
Oh yeah,
it just makes it. But now, we don't have to do so much because we've got such great produce.
Exactly. That's a good thing about the UK. You can come buy to a lot of ingredients.
Not as good as Italy, but it's getting there.
That's it's getting there.
We have aisles of dog food. You have aisles of pasta.
Okay, we're gonna, I think, start with the vegetable broth.
Okay, lovely. So how long are we going to cook this for?
We're going to end with the pasta once it's warm.
Okay, so you're going to cook the pasta in there.
And we really need the good quality pasta as well. I know it's something that was new to me when I first went to Germany and then in other countries as well, out of Italy. We only have durum wheat semolina pasta, but outside there are like many pasta made from different blends of flour that make the pasta really chewy.
Yeah.
So I think really key for this recipe is to have a good quality pasta made from 100% durum wheat semolina.
So you're saying that's a bad thing when the pasta is really, really chewy? You mean that it's not the durum wheat flour, so it doesn't have that...
It doesn't stay al dente. It's like chewing a gum. I don't know.
Yeah. Because it's cheaper, presumably.
It's like, they are like... I don't want to say lower quality, but like...
Say it, it's fine.
It's like
lower quality, it's rubbish.
It's like lower quality flours that are not so high in protein as the durum wheat semolina. And it's not the same.
No, sure.
So I always recommend... and people don't know that actually pasta has a decent amount of protein as well.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be this pasta. You can use any sort of pasta you like, but it has to be short-shaped.
So rigate means the little...
Yeah, the rigati is the lines, exactly.
Which is going to hold us.
Yeah, exactly.
The sauce is going to cling to the line. Okay.
That's my favorite pasta. I don't like pasta liscia. So pasta liscia is the one that doesn't have
smooth
the lines.
Yeah.
The pasta will absorb slowly the broth, and as it's absorbed, we just go in with a little bit more.
This is such a lovely recipe because the pasta, I know what's going to happen. All that starch is going to kind of just thicken this up. And people will think of pasta fagioli as being cooking the pasta, making the sauce, putting it all together. This is completely, and it's all done in one pan.
Yeah, one pan. Yeah, see, easy.
Amazing. So you got a huge online community. I mean, how did it all start for you? I mean, obviously food is hugely important, but it's not just food, it's your life. You've kind of managed to put everything together.
Yeah, so it started simply because I was really into fitness. As I said, I'm a personal trainer, so like fitness is really big part of my life. And I just loved cooking, and I didn't want to bother people on my personal account and saying, hey, I posted, I cooked this, and then I cooked that, and then look at my picture. It was like, it was becoming a bit too much. So I said, okay, let me take this on a different account. I mean, I just started like as a hobby, really. It wasn't, I didn't have any particular intention with that, but then it sort of picked up. People were like, I really like what you're cooking, and there is a gap really in the vegan scene or vegan community where there is a lack of high protein dishes. We don't know where to get our protein from. And I'm like, it's there.
Why do you think that is? Just because people like...
It's a lot of misinformation. When you think about protein, you think about eggs, you think about animals, right? A piece of...
you think about chicken. You think
exactly, yeah. You wouldn't think about beans, you wouldn't think about tofu, you wouldn't think about tempeh. And it's healthier in a way because like plant protein have a lot more nutrients that like meat protein doesn't have.
Yeah, it's also much better for your gut as well.
Yeah, exactly. So beans, for example, have a lot of fiber, and I think there has been a huge talk this year around fiber in the online community in general, which is really good because we should all eat more fiber. One thing to get fiber is beans.
Yeah, and as I said, there's some great products in the supermarket now where you can get these fabulous beans from.
Yeah. There are really, really good quality beans.
I mean, some of these beans, you just literally put a bit of oil, a bit of garlic.
I just open it.
And eat straight out.
There is one brand that I use that I really like. Just open the jar and then I eat.
And eat them straight out.
Yeah.
Well, that must be really good.
Yeah.
So you've written a book. Was this your first cookbook?
Yeah, that's my debut cookbook.
And it's called Plant Protein.
Plant Protein, yeah.
And what was it like writing a book? I mean, it's stressful times writing cookbooks.
It's such a cool experience. I mean, I am lucky because my publisher, Emily, was like this sweetest person. So she was like really nice.
Yeah.
Really loved working with her. And also like having such a talented photographer, Kimberly, like helped because the book is came out so beautifully. So it was like a really good team of people and like one of the best experiences I had. I never envisioned that I would publish a cookbook, but yeah.
And so where did the inspiration come from? Because obviously I presume a lot of it's down to your travels.
Yeah, so it has a lot of travels. As I said, there is an influence of my Italian cooking. Of course, you can see from the cover there are like my lentil meatballs, so there is a lot of.
There's got to be another word for meatballs. I'm sorry, so we talk about lentil meatballs, mushroom meatballs. Then we need to come up with another name for meatball because it's not meat.
Yeah, I know, but it's just to give you the idea. Really.
I know exactly what you're saying.
There is a lot of Italian, but it's not heavy on the Italian, I would say. There is a lot of influence from other cuisine. There are curries in there, stews, salads. It's a bit mixed and all comes from different influences that I had. And
Hong Kong that must have been so much fun because it's such a great city. It's such a vibrant city. And
never stops.
Yeah, never stops. I mean,
people say that of London, but Hong Kong. No.
I have no idea. I mean, London stops at 12 o'clock now, but Hong Kong goes on all night. Yeah. I've been to the market in the middle of the night when, and it's just incredible. It's just it's another world.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of vegan cheese?
Depends. Which brand?
Well, I mean, I guess it's all about the brand. I mean, I remember doing a charity thing, and I did a dinner for 10 people in their house, and they were vegan. And I said, look, okay, can you sort out the cheese? And they did the cheese course. And they got this incredible array of vegan cheese. And I have to admit, they were pretty delicious.
Yeah, there are good companies.
I dread to think how much they cost. Yeah. But they use things like cashew milk,
almond,
and they use almond, and they use asparagus. There was one with asparagus.
That I never heard of asparagus.
No, it was asparagus, and it was in the shape of a camembert, it was absolutely incredible. It tasted just like camembert.
Yeah, there are some good companies that do a lot of magic with cashews, almonds, and all like seeds as well.
Yeah, is that taking off in Italy? I mean,
yeah. We do have rising community of people who are increasingly going plant-based. People are a bit reluctant of saying, "Oh, vegans, you're going against tradition," because this dish, like I made a carbonara in my cookbook. That's
how do you do that? That's very interesting.
With tofu, using silken tofu, perm tofu, and then using so that's the beautiful thing about like the travel opportunity that I had. There is this salt that's called kalanamak. Mm-hmm. It has this sulfur smell that reminds of eggs.
Okay.
And that's perfect in carbonara because then it reminds of the egg. And it's really like with the silken tofu and the firm tofu blended all together, it creates this like really silky cream
Yes.
that brings all together.
What do you use for the guanciale? Instead of guanciale?
Tofu.
Tofu, so you slice the tofu and fry it?
Yeah. Tofu with a little bit of marinade. So again, it's like I use soy sauce, which of course it doesn't belong to Italian.
Of course it doesn't, but it's got the saltiness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got that
umami
thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the beauty of it, I think.
And that's in the book?
Yeah, it's in the book. That's in the book.
Fantastic. So this is cooking really nicely. It's really starting to thicken up. The pasta, I think loving this pasta in the beans just makes so much sense. And the spinach?
The spinach, that's the last touch, just to give it a little bit of greens.
So do you cook this at home for your mum?
She loves to cook, so especially now that she's a nonna.
Yeah, of course
she loves to come and do what nonnas do, prepare all the food. So I let her use the kitchen because she's been helping with Leo so much. I only chip in when it comes to adding the vegan addition. So for example, if I have to cook tofu or if we do something with tempeh that she is not really used to cook, so then I come in and help. But it's all her otherwise.
At what age did you decide ethically I'm not going to have anything to do with animal products?
I just got, I would say it was a very particular time of my life where I was going through a bit of a change.
Teenager?
No, actually, I've been vegan for 4 years, not too long. Yeah, I'm not I
thought this was a childhood thing. Okay.
No. And
that's very impressive, considering what you've done.
Yeah. I mean, it's I was talking with some friends, and I just got my eyes open. Really, I was try and watch this, try to read about that, and I was that's the switch. And now it's I wouldn't go back.
Wow. And you feel so much healthier for it? Yeah.
I mean, I've since I've gone vegan, I've run 2 ultramarathons. I have lifted double my weight in the gym.
You've lifted double your weight in the gym?
Yeah. It's it's
that spinach. It's a Popeye.
Yeah, it's the spinach. With deadlift and stuff. So you can do it. It's just a question of planning a little bit more.
Okay, well, I think it's time to
eat.
Yeah. Anything else to serve with it?
We can use a little bit of nutritional yeast. So that's
nutritional yeast, which is usually supplemented for cheese, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So it's used as a seasoning because it has that cheesy flavor.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know that it's actually an incredible source of protein. It has around 50 grams of protein per 100 grams.
Wow.
So it really amps up your protein quite quickly. You can use it everywhere. Stir it in sauces, in pastas, and for many other dishes.
And
really.
How is nutritional yeast made?
So it's not like the yeast that we use for sourdough. It's inactivated.
Inactivated,
yeah. Inactivated yeast, so it won't rise.
So it's basically dead yeast.
It's not a rising agent like the normal yeast. So yeah, we're just gonna
a little
bit, and then we're gonna stir.
So that's just suddenly you've just added a lot of protein to this dish.
Yeah, exactly.
And we cook that through, or just stir it through?
Yeah, stir it through. You see, it just disappears, so you don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have the most appealing look because my dad says it looks like fish food. But which is sort of disappears, and then you have a bit more protein in there.
Amazing. Well, this looks delicious, smells delicious.
Good.
I think it's time for us to eat.
Yes. I'm very hungry.
So this looks like a really good pasta fagioli. Now, I've got a question. Should I eat with the spoon or the fork?
I think.
A spoon.
Yeah.
So it's sort of in between.
A soup and the pasta.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, buon appetito.
That's it. That's delicious. I mean, the pasta's perfectly good. Nice bit of chilli.
Yeah. It comes through just a little bit nicely.
And the sofrito, I can really taste the sofrito. The beans are lovely. This is kind of obviously without the chili, but you've got a little one, 3 months old, 5 months old?
5 months old.
5 months old. Cooking for kids is really hard.
Yeah.
And I think something like this would be brilliant because you've got so many vegetables in there.
The pasta is perfect shape for...
and protein, the pasta shape.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of vegetables, a lot of fiber, a lot of nutrients in general. And it's very tasty. So that's about the flavor, right? So you, of course, you need to make toddler safe, or baby safe, not
Yeah,
sold
of course.
without.
Yeah.
But once you get there, it's still very flavorful.
But I think if you, as a little kid, you know, they're going to have, they've got a palate and a very sensitive palate. And obviously you can't use lots of seasonings. But I think sometimes a little bit of something, maybe it's herbs or something to bring out a flavour that they appreciate. Because as soon as they taste something that's deep fried, for instance,
of course,
they're going to go, I want the deep fried because it's really tasty.
Why are you feeding me the boiled broccoli instead of the fried, like, delicious, yummy thing?
Yeah.
But once you get them used to, like, normal food that is, like, made into very tasty dishes, and I think...
And texture as well. It's got a bit of texture.
Texture and...
I mean, you've got a big community that obviously, you know, you must have to give people a lot of advice.
A lot of mums who are asking for, like, recipes for babies, recipes for toddlers. So that's in the works as well. Yeah.
Sounds like a new project coming up.
Yeah. yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like, it's fun. That's a new chapter of my life. So cooking for a baby, cooking for my son. And of course I take so much, I love cooking so much. And then this is like a little bit like another way to show him my love. So with cooking too. So
that's such a huge thing in Italian culture, is like the love of the kitchen. I mean, you might not necessarily be, you know, someone who's come from an Italian family, not necessarily be a best cook, but they've had their nonna cooking for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they know what comfort is.
And then you remember it from your childhood. It's like, you know, Nonna was doing this for me, and then my mom was doing this for me.
Hey, you ask any Italian, they say, the biggest compliment is when someone says to you, it tastes just like my nonna's.
Oh, yeah.
Not as good, but it's so, you know.
Close.
And then that's impressive. And for me, that's
the best compliment.
Greatest compliment you can ever have.
Then you made it.
So you've got one very successful cookbook.
Yeah.
And anything else in the pipeline?
Yeah, there are a few projects in the pipeline. Can't say too much now, but there are other things coming. When you have a team that you worked really well with, it just seems so easy and it's so enjoyable.
You enjoy it.
It doesn't feel like stressful. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like something that you have to.
I always say, if you enjoy something, it's going to come across, you know, and you're going to produce something really great.
Exactly.
It's important to have that fun.
Yeah.
You know, writing cookbooks is a lovely thing, but you really have to enjoy it because you put so much time and effort.
It's like most people don't realize that writing cookbooks takes such a long time and so much pressure, because it's like you have to get the ingredients right and the recipe doesn't work. Like, you have to make tweaks so that it works. Having enough variety in the cookbook and catering for like different type of people, of course.
And when you're writing recipes, you're not always thinking about how they're going to look in front of on a camera. You're thinking, I want to write this because it's a recipe I love, or it's got amazing nutritional value. But you kind of got to think, actually, hang on a minute. I've got too much tomato in these recipes, or I need a little bit more green, or I need, you know, colour. Because, you know, cookbooks these days, it's a photograph of a recipe and it's the recipe. So you've got to be inspired by the photograph. So how did you find that process? I mean, did you eliminate a few recipes along the line, or did you?
What people maybe don't realize is that it's a creative job. So it's like, if you don't have the creativity, you need to protect that creativity. So because there is an element of stress, obviously that comes in with meeting deadlines, and getting everything ready before publication date. But the main ingredient in your cookbook is the creativity of the author, and that needs to be protected. And that if that is not there, then of course it's more difficult.
It's like having a baby, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, and it will be with you forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, Gigi, this is absolutely delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
I really loved cooking with you and hearing your stories.
That was an amazing experience.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for coming on the recipe.
No, thank you for having me. That was brilliant. Thank you. Loved it so much.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Recipe with me, Theo Randall. You can find Gigi's full hearty pasta a fagioli recipe on the Filippo Berio website at filippoberio.co.uk/Theo. And make sure to check out her debut cookbook, Plant Protein, with more of her vibrant vegan recipes. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share the podcast wherever you listen. And join us next time as we uncover more inspiring dishes and the stories behind them. Until then, happy cooking.